Hello and welcome to this tutorial on how to create a simple screen within Tkinter using the Python. You can call it 2.7.3 or 2. After 2.0, you can see that Python is being used. All right, so here we go. I'm just going to open up, there are two different ways to do this. I'm going to show you way number one, which is the safer way, which is opening up the IDLE within Python GUI. I like doing it this way because it makes sense to how I like to program, because I like to stay a little bit safer than running it directly into the command prompt. So the first thing that you want to do is you need to import your modules to make sure that you can work effectively um, within the Python framework and using Tkinter, which is actually built into a lot of later versions of Python. Tkinter has its limitations, but here we go. I'm gonna show you how to create a simple app based on the information that I have with Python and then Tkinter. So here we go. From number one, from Tkinter import all is going to import your Tkinter module, and you're going to get all of the information that you need from Tkinter. Step two is to define your main loop, right? So root equals tk, which is standard for creating the main display function for Tkinter. All right, and then from there, root equals tk. That's going to be your main function. Number two, what I like to do too, there's a default setting for Tkinter if you want to, if you just want to use the default setting. It's fairly small, but what I typically do is I like to set my geometry. What I like to do is I like to set my geometry. All right, tree. I like to set my screen size to fairly large so that I know for this tutorial we're just going to use that plus 200, which is going to be your position size. So first, when you use root.geometry, this is setting your screen display. The first is going to be your x variable size, and then the next times 200 is going to be your y variable size, and then 200 by 200 is going to give the position upon the screen. Now next we need to create a title which you'll see shows at the top menu section for your screen. So the title, this is going to be your favorite app, right? Root.title. Now next what we want to do is we want to close the loop as the main loop, and just from these settings, you're going to see, I'm actually going to close this off, comment this out, the geometry, just so I can show you that it comes with there's a predefined run module. You do have to save it before. That's the cool thing about Python, is that you do have to save your file before you run it, so that you don't lose any work. Now I have a predefined widget that I've used, so tutorial 1 Tkinter app screen. Yes, replace that. See, this is the screen size. As you can see, it's fairly small, but you'll see at the top here it shows the title. Now the root tk and the main loop are what tells your operating system to run this window. Now next, what I'm going to do, I'm going to run the same function, but this time, instead of commenting out the geometry, the screen size, I'm going to leave it in there and just show you the difference that it makes. Bam. So it's a little bit larger, and this thing can get pretty big, so I'm going to change this to about 650. Let's change this to 400. Run it again. Bam, there you go. So now you see how to create a simple screen within Tkinter, or within Python, using the Tkinter module setting. Thank you for watching, and let's go.